Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my first three people. Guys, if you can hear me, make sure you nice. Thank you very much, Clinton Boateng. Thank you very much. So if you can hear me, uh, send a reaction, send a love, send a reaction, and let me also hear from you. I'm just checking for the Carabao Cup semi-final pairings, and I want to see something. As a Chelsea fan, who do you want to play in the semi-final? If you're a Chelsea fan, who do you want to play in the semi-final? Um, Clinton says he's watching me live from London. Great, thank you very much, Clinton. I'm grateful. They are watching me straight from London. How is London? Over here, internet services is a little bit bad, but we are still managing to put things together. Yeah. Clinton says he wants Coventry. Oh, I hear that the draw was just made. I'm looking for updates. Wow. Chelsea is going to face Manchester City. Wow. Chelsea is going to face Manchester City. What do you think about the draw? Let's have the conversation in there. I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think about the draw. Manchester City, a good one at Wembley. Chelsea have played City twice this season. All of them ended in a draw in 90 minutes. In the last 7 games, Chelsea haven't lost in 90 minutes. Bright Status says he's watching me from Accra. Great, Bright, thank you very much for joining me on the Facebook Live. We have about 35 to 40 minutes to talk about all the things that went on today. The Chelsea game, we'll do the pre-match analysis, we'll discuss everything in the post-match analysis. I'll hear from you as well. We'll give some time also to the Manchester City game that's going to come on, and then we'll take your comment on what you think Chelsea's season has been so far. So guys, like we always do, share the channel. I want you to share the link to everybody. If you are in any Chelsea group on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on anywhere that you are, any Chelsea group that you are in, any football group that you are in, please do want to share the link, like the live. Let me hear from you in the comment section. If you've not subscribed to the channel also, please do go back, subscribe to the channel. I want to hear from you. Collins Kwame Boateng says he's watching from Accra. Great, Collins. Nice to hear from you. Another person, Bright Status, says he's also watching from Accra. Bright, thank you very much for choosing us and having us here. Bright says we are not afraid of City. We will beat them and go to the final. Well, that will be great. Like I said, the first one was 4-4 at the Stamford Bridge, then 1-1 at Etihad. The Etihad one, Chelsea were closer to winning that game until what happened actually happened. And I think that, like you said, I agree with you, Bright, that Chelsea has what it takes to beat Manchester City in that game that's going to go on. And we are just about a few seconds, then we get rolling talking about the Chelsea game. We'll get deeper. So guys, if you've not shared the link, please don't share the link. Let everybody know Fiifi-Manfred is live on YouTube. We're about to discuss all the Chelsea conversation, the post-match analysis. We'll talk about the game that Chelsea are possibly going to play against Manchester City as well. We'll talk about the Liverpool Manchester United game as well. And then, of course, let me hear from you in the comment section. Do that. Amin Stevie says he's watching us live from Dubai. Great. Amin, how is the weather in Dubai? I hear that in Dubai around this time is a little bit hot. Is it the same like it is in Ghana? How is the weather in Dubai? He says, keep the good work, boss. Thank you very much, guys. Your words keep me going, and I'm grateful. Yesterday, the height of this career of mine was getting Kojo Adai-Mensah, who's the CEO of Data Bank and a member of the committee that selected Ghana's Otuaro coach, calling into our show on Insure, and then literally heaving praises. It was really humbling, and I was grateful. And I think it's same for all of you when you see nice stuff. I'm also open for other criticisms, and then anything that you see wrong, do all to reach out, especially on Twitter, Fiifi_Manfred on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Fiifi-Manfred. My email is in my bio also on Twitter. If there's anything business whatsoever, you can also reach me out over there. Let's have good conversations. Maybe if you hit me up, I can give you my WhatsApp as well, or my iMessage. I'm usually on iMessage, then we can talk. Amin TV says it's a mix of cooling and hot. Wow, that should be hard for a place like that. You speak Portuguese, bro? Oh no, bro, I don't speak Portuguese. I can see that it's probably Portuguese and just on the live. I don't speak Portuguese. I'm Ghanaian. I only speak English and then some basic French. Adam Candyman says best goal of this stage is between Madueke and then Disasi. I understand why you're saying Madueke and Disasi. Collins Amako says big ups, bro. Watching from Manchester, great. Collins, are you a Manchester United fan? Are you a Chelsea fan? I want to hear from you. If you are a United fan, how is the City like right now after United just won against Liverpool? But guys, let's start. Let's get straight into the conversation and let's have the conversation. So I know for a lot of Chelsea fans, you were worried at some point in time in the game that Chelsea played against Leicester. And so in the last games that Chelsea played at Stamford Bridge, one of the things I've realized is that Mauricio Pochettino seems to have changed the home form that Chelsea have. Chelsea tend to be winning at home. And if you watch earlier today, in my pre-match analysis, I said that one of the things that's good for Chelsea is that their home form seems to be very good. And the home form again continued under Mauricio Pochettino. And in about 7 games, 90 minutes, Chelsea have not lost. So there's some building block in there. I understand that for a lot of the people, the worry was that you are playing against Leicester City, which is a championship side. The last game that you played was against Newcastle, that is failing. But again, I think that in terms of progress, you really have to look at yourself. And in looking at Chelsea and the games that they have played in the past, especially that loss to Wolverhampton Wanderers at home, there was the need to build up in that momentum and then go for it. So that's the first positive that I could see. Now, I think, and I tweeted that was an excellent tactical masterclass from Mauricio Pochettino, and I will explain. The reason why I'm saying this is that Leicester City's manager is Enzo Maresca. Enzo was one of the assistants of Josep Guardiola, and we all know how Pep's teams like to press very high. And if you've watched Maresca's Leicester City this season in the Champions League, they are very aggressive, they press very high, they win the second balls, they turn over possession very close to your half, they make sure that you don't play a lot of the time, and they play with a very high line. And if you watch the game today, that was very, very clear in everything that Leicester were doing. Very, very aggressive play. They tried to press Chelsea high. And I think it was a brilliant, simple game plan from Mauricio Pochettino. The plan was essentially not to have too many touches on the ball, not to try and overplay, but be direct and then play through Leicester City. So if you watch the game consistently, because there is the absence of Thiago Silva and Benoit Belachili, who are very good in terms of ball progression, and also Levi Cole at centre-back area. Axel Disasi is not the top guy in terms of technical ability in build-up, and same for Trevor Chalobah, sorry. And then it was only Malo Gusto and then Marc Cucurella. So in build-up, you could see that Chelsea would go into a back three sort of with Cucurella, Axel Disasi, and then of course Trevor Chalobah. Now in the middle of the park, in the absence of course Enzo Fernandez, there was Moise Caicedo and Conor Gallagher who would help. But Conor was usually moved very high up the pitch and then allow Moise Caicedo to dictate the pace of the game, with occasional rotations of either of Cole Palmer, Jackson, or Sterling dropping centrally to combine with Moise Caicedo and then playing forward. So it was something that helped. A lot of the times Chelsea didn't want to play overplay in central areas and at the back because they knew that Leicester would press. Now Leicester's press meant that they will have a very high line and then they will leave spaces in behind. So if you look at the goals that Chelsea scored and the joy that Chelsea had, one of the things that Chelsea had a lot of the time was to get space from the right-hand side of where Leicester were. So Leicester came into press and then Chelsea played the ball into the right-hand side because there were spaces over there. And also, there were lots of combination plays in the middle of the park where Caicedo and then, of course, Nicolas Jackson at some point in time. And I think that was a clear-cut example in how Caicedo set up Raheem Sterling in that chance that he flapped in the first half. Now, so that was really it. Generally, the game plan was spot on to suit how Leicester were going to play. It was supposed to take advantage of Leicester City's gameplay and the fact that they're going to have a very high line and then they are going to push very high and wide. So that was generally how Chelsea played. Now, the game actually came down to a few things, and I think that individually, Nicolas Jackson has been very, very top or spot on this season. For a player that just got into the English Premier League, in the last 4 games, he has scored in 3 of them, he has assisted in 1, and in this game, he assisted. And it tells you the growth that he has. Again, he's the kind of player that, yes, may not be a finished article, but all around as a centre forward, he's almost impeccable. The upper body strength in terms of the hold up, the link up play in central and tight areas, and then there's the best of pace that he has. And if you look at that ball that he played in there, he beat Vestergaard with pace and then cuts the ball back to the hard-working Marco Correa, who was unmarked at the far post, who slotted it in, and Chelsea were up by a goal to 0. And for me, that was very, very important. Hold up play from Nicolas Jackson, getting the space, then creating a separation. When we say separation in football, we essentially mean the player staying, pulling away from the center back, getting space for himself, and then slotting the ball to Marco Correa. For me, it was very important. Very, very important in that regard. And Chelsea getting their first goal was because that obviously was going to calm down the Stamford Bridge faithful, was going to calm down the team, and then they could build on the momentum from there. Albeit Chelsea had some good chances after that, and Chelsea failed to buy it. It was one of those balls fell to Mihailo Mudryk that was blocked by Raheem Sterling. He hit his foot, and then that ball couldn't go into the bottom corner. And those are some of the nitty-gritties about Chelsea. You go up by a goal to 0, instead of killing the game, they end up making some small mistakes, silly mistakes that you don't have to make at the highest level, especially when I'm playing against a team like Leicester, and it's a knockout game. And really, for me, that was where some of the issues were. Nicolas Jackson this season has proven that he's a top player. He has had chances, he has missed them, but I think that the progression of Nicolas Jackson has been excellent. And you see, it's in this regard that consistently I say that if you ask me again who I'm going to give the Chelsea team to, I'll always say Mauricio Pochettino, because he's not the best tactical brain, he's not a Pep, he's not a Klopp, and I say this every time. But essentially, what Pochettino gives to you is the balance throughout the team. He gives the team balance. The team at some point in time is low in confidence. He's a calmer guy to galvanize that. Sometimes he comes out a little bit bullish in his word just to push the boys and get them to play better. And it was important, very, very important. Now, and if you look at the fact that Chelsea weren't able to convert chances, Mihailo Mudryk, Raheem Sterling got a chance in there. He failed to convert that as well. Then finally, Chelsea got a penalty, and then seeing Raheem Sterling. So I know for a lot of people are frustrated about Raheem Sterling, and it's true. He can't have any complaints to Gary Southgate for dropping him from the English squad, because that performance that he put up against Leicester is testament of everything he's telling this season. He has been shambolic a large part of the season. Then he comes up and scores a few goals here and there, but he hasn't been good at all. And for me, it is frustrating for a player of that caliber, 29 years, somebody who has over 10 years experience in the English Premier League. You would expect that he has more composure, he's the calmer of the group, but he isn't. And he tends to make mistakes, rushes some efforts and stuff like that. But again, you look at a player like Raheem Sterling, and once you can talk about the off-the-form issues and all of those stuff in there, you can still pick the quality of Raheem Sterling, and it is his ball retention that he has up top, and I think he helps in terms of the pulsar up top for the team, especially when he's playing centrally. Now, I know that in the summer, a lot of Chelsea fans think that Raheem Sterling should go, and I agree with that too, because the results and the performance he has given, especially as the highest paid player at Chelsea, isn't good enough. Raheem Sterling is being paid over £300,000 each week, and if you speak to people like Collins and Mwako who live in the UK, £300 each week is a lot of cash. Even if it is before tax, it's a lot of money. And Raheem Sterling takes all of this money and you don't see the best one. I think I like the fact that, again, he set up that goal from Cole Palmer, and it was just nothing out of nothing from the left hand side, carried the ball and then got Cole Palmer running across the post and then slotted it in. Cole Palmer is excellent, 25 goals and assists, goal involvement this season. I don't know where Chelsea would have been without Cole Palmer this season. He is excellent. I remember when he was coming to Chelsea, I spoke about everything he embodies as a player. The la pulsar, the quality to hold that play, the chance creation, the ball striking ability. And for me, above all, it is the cognitive ability of such a player at his age. And if you watch him, regardless of the fact that people will say, oh, he has trained under Pep Guardiola and that's why he's a top player, regardless of all of those things, you can see that he's an intelligent player. His IQ level is up there, and then you get all of these quality stuff from him. Slotting that ball to the first post was excellent for him, and for me, that should have buried the game before Chelsea went into halftime. But we came up from halftime, and it has been that capitulation that Chelsea have been having under Mauricio Pochettino in second half. And I think that is something that all of the critics of Mauricio Pochettino put it to him and say, you play games, first half you play well, second half you come and then you are shambolic. Why are you shambolic in the second half? And Pochettino will understand and will agree. And even for me, who is a pro Pochettino person, I do agree that the second halves have been very bad. if you say that you have a good run of games to go ahead and qualify and play in Europe, if you have Burnley, if you have all of these games, Sheffield, all of these people, if you're able to score them a lot in the first half, you don't need to put yourself in a hard place, between a rock and a hard place, by dropping down your pressure in the second half and then allowing them to equalize and then making silly mistakes. And it starts from Axel de Sassi. I have problems with Axel de Sassi. In as much as he's a centre back that has played large parts of our season this term, he has been at certain point in time very jittery. And it also goes to Robert Sanchez. I am glad that Georgi Petrovic is imposed, because he is the most composed of the two. He is the better player of the two. He makes the defense more settled and calm at the back. The only problem I have with Georgi Petrovic is just his balls. He's just not very good with his distribution. But apart from that, I will take everything Georgi Petrovic gives to this team over Robert Sanchez, because he's more jittery. And again, if you follow the work of Roberto De Zerbi, you understand why he chose Justin Steele over Robert Sanchez in the Brighton and Hove Albion team. You can understand, because Justin Steele gives him that composure, gives him that calmness, that aura at the back. But Robert Sanchez, doesn't give him that. And for me, that's a big deal at the highest level for a goalkeeper. And Chelsea ended up gifting Leicester City a goal, and then that excellent goal from Leicester City, making it 2-2. For me, that's another goal where I'll question the shot stopping ability of Robert Sanchez. He's a little bit rusty. I trust Georgi Petrovic to save that ball for me in there. And it was 2-2. At 2-2, I know every Chelsea fan was worried. If you are on the show now at 2-2, tell me exactly what was going through your mind when the game was 2-2. And did you think that Chelsea could win? I'll read a few of the comments while you send me those messages, and then we'll continue. But at 2-2, tell me exactly how you felt when the game was at 2-2. And then in the last 5 minutes, I'll let you tell me if you are confident that Chelsea are going to beat Manchester City in the semi-final. So let the feelings start coming in. I want to hear from you. Melvin says, do you speak Portuguese? We've read that. Collins Amwako, I haven't read that. Trying to read a couple of the messages in there. Ransom say, boss up, bro, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm always with your posts. I'm always within your post. Okay, great. Colin said he's a Chelsea fan actually. And Dynamics TV says, someone said he was watching from Takrady. Thank you very much. If you're watching from Takrady, thank you very much. I see. I schooled large parts of my upbringing in Takrady, so thank you very much for watching in Takrady. Ames TV says, boss, I think Chelsea fans are on the coach too much. The negative words will not help. I agree largely. I think, but you see, I understand. Fans will always be fans. Fans want to win. Fans think that and believe that because the old administration will win, they have to win. That's why it's our job as analysts to let people understand that sometimes processes have to be there. You need to be a little bit patient. So that means we can only agree to disagree with people like that. Matthias says, anyone but Liverpool. Ha ha ha. Well, it looks as if this year is going to be our year. We are not going to meet Liverpool again in the cup final. Bright status says, I was confident that we will score again. Oh, okay, at 2-2. Bright says he was confident that Chelsea will score again. Rasmus Bosso says, are we playing Man City in the semis? He says he's from Pong. Oh, Pong. Oh, great. Thank you very much, Bosso. Yes, you are playing Manchester City at Etihad. No, at Etihad, sorry. At the Emirates. In the semi-final. So, guys, if you have any more, you can send it through. Let me read the comments before we go through. So yeah, at 2-2, me, I was worried. And I was worried for two reasons. I was worried because I'd seen Chelsea capitulate by going up, especially in the second half before, a lot of the time this season. And I was worried that it's going to happen. If you're in Ghana, your network is fluctuating, don't worry. I'm glad at least you are here. I was just worried that Chelsea were going to capitulate. And that was going to be one step forward, two steps back. But let me tell you something. One of the things that I loved about Mauricio Pochettino today was clear. You see, when everybody was saying Poch should take off Raheem Sterling, and if you follow a lot of those UK accounts, they will say, why didn't Poch take off Raheem Sterling and took off Mihailo Modric? Bringing on Kani Chukwuemeka from Mihailo Modric was excellent because Modric was playing as a number 10. Poch still needed Sterling to keep the weight. But bringing on Kani Chukwuemeka, an inside number 10, a technical player, very technical player like Obama, did a trick for us. And you can go back and watch the game since Kani Chukwuemeka came on. He was the connector between the midfield and the attack, and then also pick that ball in deep areas. And for me, it was excellent. Now you look at that goal, even before that goal, he had gotten on the end of a lot of chances, trying to combine with Cole Palmer by large parts of the game. And for me, it was very important because you play in games like this when Leicester has a red card and then they sit in a low block. What you need to do is have technical players who can receive the ball and then retain them and then also manipulate the ball in tight spaces. And that's exactly what Cole Palmer and then Kani Chukwuemeka are made up of. Very technical, both of them high frame players that can hold up the play, but also in between the lines, they can hold up, manipulate the ball, retain possession, and then combine to tear apart low blocks. And that's exactly what they did. If you look at that little shimmy from Kani Chukwuemeka before he passed the ball to Cole Palmer, then Cole just slotted into the part of Kani Chukwuemeka. Then he opened up his body, slotted in between the thighs of the goalkeeper, and it was 3-2 up. And for me, that was excellent substitution. Sometimes as fans, we look at it and say, why are you taking off this guy? Why are you taking off this guy? But bringing up that profile at that point in time was exactly what Chelsea needed. Needed that quality at that point in time to turn things around, to make sure you're playing between the lines, because Mihailo Mudryk is a little bit erratic, and looking at the number of minutes he has played, he hasn't played like that for a very long time. It was important to drop him off while you keep Sterling's, one, he is experienced. Even on a bad day, you can bank on something like that. And let him keep the width. Then have players who are comfortable enough to play between the lines. And for me, that won the game. That Noni Madueke goal was a thing of a beauty. Cutting in from that right-hand side. And I've always had problems with Pochettino playing Noni Madueke with Malo Gusto. I think the best thing to do is to play, if you want to play Noni Madueke, the best thing is to play him with Reece James or something and have Reece James come inverted. Because Gusto likes to stay wide, and Madueke also is a winger that likes to stay wide. He's a touchline winger, hugs the touchline and then wants to cut in and dribble like the orthodox winger. But Cole Palmer will come inside as a 10 and then leave the space for Gusto to do his stuff. And so it works better with Cole. But today, when Madueke came on, he came inside also and played some good stuff for Chelsea. And then, of course, Madueke scored that brilliant goal there for Chelsea. And then at the end of the day, it was a 4-2. Now, you look at the game in itself and you say, yes, it was a good tactical display from Chelsea. Yes, they played some good individual stuff. Individual players were good. Jackson, Madueke, Moses Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Chukwuemeka came on and was brilliant. In there, Marco Correa was excellent as well and was seen for Malo Gusto. The two fullbacks were good. And then you look at all of these things and you see, again, the little worry is that why is it that Chelsea goes into games like this? They can kill it off in the first few minutes or in the first half, but they end up putting themselves under pressure. What is the need for the roller coaster and emotions when you can just get a job done? And it is something that is the next step of the progression and the growth from this team that Mauricio Pochettino has to build on. And I think that he can with time, that he really has to build on and gets the better from this player. So, I mean, that was it. It was an exciting win, but now there is Manchester City on the horizon. Liverpool just played Manchester United. It was a very chaotic game, but there's Manchester City on the horizon. How confident are you guys? I want to hear from everybody. How confident are you that Chelsea will be able to beat Manchester City at Etihad? I keep on saying Etihad. At Wembley, how confident are you? Because the FA Cup is a big trophy. Chelsea wins it, it's good stuff for them. It gives them a chance. And also, if you look at the rest of the games that are left, there is a huge possibility that Chelsea can go on and then play in Europe this season. Chelsea are going to be able to play in Europe. That means that is good stuff for them, because of course there is a lot more in terms of financial fair play and all of these stuff in the Chelsea need Europe at some point in time. And if it can just be Europa League even for now, and then they build on the momentum, for me, I do not matter. Matthias says it was 7.6% over 10. Confident that Chelsea can beat Manchester City. Wow, Chelsea have played twice this season. Manchester City, all of them ending in a draw. This is definitely going to be the decider. Matthias says he thinks Modric should have stayed on. Matthias, I disagree with you, my brother. Collins Adomako says the assist from Palmer was excellent. I think so too. It was excellent. Collins Adomako says yes, on 2-2, I was just waiting for a tactical change that would change the game, but I was confident that we were going to get it. I think the tactical change was that for Kani Chukwuemeka. I understand that people want Modric to play a lot more, but I think I like the way Pochettino is handling him, and it's just a matter of time he's going to play more. Rasmus Boss is a Fifi. Fans will always be fans, but the truth is, Poch Poch is the right man for the current crop of players. Personally, I've seen a lot of progression in the team as compared to the team that we had last season. I agree too. I think Chelsea, there have been some progression actually in terms of a lot of things, the data, the numbers, everything. There have been some progression. It's just that it still needs some time, honestly. It needs some time for it to be a finished article. Europe will be good. So the team will be playing on two fronts. You play in the English Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europe, with all your players. You play more games, you make more mistakes next season. Then you can see if you can build on it. If you can beat, if you can even win something this season. I really wanted a team to win the Carabao Cup this season, so that it becomes like the springboard to some great stuff this season. But then again, it's fine. You can only hope that they get better. It's a big game against Manchester City, in my opinion. Pep plays and wants control. The reason why it's always difficult for him to play against Chelsea is that Chelsea don't sit back like what Manchester United did. Chelsea will press him, will go after the control to him. Chelsea have the technical players to play the kind of football that Pep plays. The problem, however, for City actually is that they leave a lot of spaces. The likes of Akanji will push up, Ake will push up, and that left-hand side is a big deal. And that's against Chelsea's strongest side, the right-hand side. And in Chelsea also having Enzo Fernandez back on that left side of their build-up, it adds a lot more to it. Now, it's in the light of all of these things, I'm looking at the quality of Chelsea, the quality of Manchester City, and how City's play fits into how Chelsea play. Now, it's about mentality. They were very close, and even for Poch, not just the players, how to manage the game, especially in a cup game. I've seen Conor Gallagher rattle Rodri a lot of the times. Twice this season, he has been very aggressive on him. You need Conor to be up on his game again against Manchester City. Chelsea are going to meet them at Wembley. Then you look at that as well. Then look at the quality of the midfield. Chelsea's build-up, how Chelsea can evade City's press with the long balls to the fullbacks. Are we going to go with Chilwell or Marc Cucurella in a game like this? I like Cucurella in such games. He adds a lot more defensive bite. But again, we probably want to be more progressive. So maybe we'll start with Chilwell. When is Modric going to come on? With the likes of Kane, Chico, and Meka returning, how does he fit into how we play against City in terms of being a connector and playing forward quicker? Then you look at that vis-a-vis City with respect to their physical qualities that they have, Rodri, Erling Haaland. And they tend to bully and worry Chelsea a lot of the time with their physicality. How are Chelsea going to deal with that physical aspect of the game, with the physical side of City's game, where if you press them very well and then you are successful at pressing them, they go long, they win second balls, they use set pieces and stuff like that. All of these nitty-gritties to be there. And I think that Poch has seen enough of Pep. Poch also has a very, very good record when he's meeting Pep. He's not so bad like other managers when he's meeting Pep. So it's a big challenge to him. It's a big challenge to the boys. Getting to the FA Cup final is going to be huge. If in a season, your first season with a team, you get to two finals, I think that's a huge thing. Albeit, if you get to two finals and you don't win, then the narrative is going to change that you are a bottle. You always bottle stuff. But yeah, once Chelsea gets to the FA Cup final, then they ought to win. Anything can happen in the Coventry Manchester United game because United aren't too exciting. But I know United, in games like this, they are definitely going to beat Coventry and go to the final. So if you meet United in the final, then you need to make things work in there when you get to the final. So it's not going to be an easy thing in there. Matthias is asking me, do you think Chalobah should stay? I think Chalobah will be sold. I think Trevor Chalobah will be sold in the summer for pure profit. And the last time I was saying that the reason why most of the academy players may be sold, or they will be part of the names I'll be thrown about to be sold, because of pure profit. Chalobah is good, but he's not the level where Chelsea wants to get to. So in terms of right-footed centre backs, you rather want to bring in a much more settled player. And I'm saying that if at the left-hand side, if Levi Cole isn't injured and Benoit Belachile has not lost his form, those are the best two that we have. In the right-hand side, you add Wesley Fofana, add an Osman Diamonde to that team, and then you let all of them, the rest of the guys, go have some depth in there. Fofana in there, and he stays fit. Then you have a good centre-back person. I think that he will be sold. I think that he will be sold. I think that another player that may be sold, Chalobah may be sold in there for Chelsea Football Club. So we wait to see how all of that goes. I mean, Steve, Poch has done a good job. Last season, this time. Oh, that thing was gone up. Santi Bernard Palmer is a super player. I agree with you. Rasmus J. Manu says it will be a miracle if Chelsea managed to beat Pep's side in a semi-final. The avoidable defensive errors we make in games will be the end of our side. I agree with you to an extent, Ransmore. I agree with you to an extent. But what you should understand is that in the 2 games that Chelsea have played against Pep's teams, they are not necessarily, Chelsea don't make a lot of mistakes. And you know that in games like that, you would have to be near perfect. Albania says, show us the game. Oh, I can't show the game around the game. Games will be the end of us. Tails Discovery says, Chalobah was horrendous today. We need a CD. I think that Chalobah will be sold actually. Osmanu Kasum, Richard Donko told you yesterday that United will beat Liverpool. Yes, he did. He told me United will beat Liverpool. I wanted Liverpool to win. So guys, if you don't know, my parents work. I work for the multimedia group, the Kumasi operations with Love FM 99.5 and then insurance. So you can always join the show. We'll have good conversation, especially on Saturday. That's a long show. Matthias said, do you mean Chalobah was horrendous? He had a tick that led directly to chance and goal. I mean, Chalobah had his chances, but I just think that generally Chalobah is not the guy that you want to be there for a long time, and I think he's going to be so. Chalobah definitely has to leave. His performance has been abysmal. Oh, not abysmal, Rasmus. I don't think he's abysmal, but I think that he's just the kind of player that's not going to be on that Chelsea level to play forward. So the games are going to go on. Malo Gusto was the man of the match in there. Cole Palmer scored those goals in there. It was an exciting game. If you look at the quality that Chelsea have had, I think it was very, very good play from there. Raheem Sterling has his issues. We'll talk about all of that. Kani Chukwuemeka was excellent. The team seems to be growing. Mihailo Mudryk needs some more chance. Robert Sanchez has his issues. I don't think he has to be number 1 for the team. Pochettino has done, not a so bad job. He just needs some more time. So in my opinion, I agree with that as well. The team is going together as well, and I like it. Guys, let me read a few more comments. He says, Chalobah definitely has to go. Akbar Asmanov. I can't read what you're saying. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Abubakar Osman. We said McAllister. Yeah, McAllister was excellent. If you're a Liverpool fan, that was a good stuff from Alexis McAllister. He really played very, very well in there. Guys, this is where I draw the curtain. I have to go get dinner and eat and get some rest and prepare for the week ahead. I am grateful. I'm very grateful. Guys, please do all to subscribe to the channel if you've not. Turn on notification. Choose all in there. Turn on notifications so that every day we post content, you can have them. Please, when you watch them, do share to your friends as well. We want to grow here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I'm grateful to everybody, honestly. I'm very grateful that you spend some time, your airtime, everything here on the live. I'm grateful. So do all to share. Let me read some more comments. Usmanu Kasuma, I suppose you're Nigerian. He says, you are my best analyst. I always listen to your show from Dubai. Wow. Usman, that's an honor. That's an honor. It's one of the things that you guys do that touches me. I'll keep on being your best analyst. I'll do my best. It will spur me on. I'll do more, and I'll make sure that I'll keep on making you proud. So I'm grateful, guys. Thank you very much. I have to run away. I need to go and get dinner. I'm hungry, but we've done almost 35 minutes. Oh, Usman says he's a Ghanaian. Great. Nice one, Usman. Then that's even better. Send me a DM on Twitter, Fiifi_Manfred on Twitter. Facebook Fiifi-Manfred, or in my mail, it's on my bio on Twitter as well. Thank you very much, guys. I'm grateful. I have to go. Thank you very much. I'll upload the video, so if you want to watch it again, you can share the link as well. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.